Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Marcus Aurelius, and this is Total War Attila, the Eastern Roman Empire, and History. And thank you so much for your feedback on the battle a couple episodes ago. I sure learned a lot. Also, I wanted to say that I'm going to try to focus a bit more on the gameplay and a bit less on the history, just because we've already been through, this is the 5th episode, and we haven't even played 2 turns. So while before the episodes were like 50% history, 50% gameplay, I'm going to try to make it now more like 25% history, 75% gameplay. And that's good for 2 reasons. One, it keeps the story of the game moving along more quickly, but 2, it also allows me to take my time with the history and fill up multiple episodes. Because if I just talk about history so much that we run out, then what's the point of that? So right now, I've moved everybody, and it's time to end the turn. I'm a little scared what these guys are going to do. I'm moving my legions to meet up with the Emperor, who is raising a legion to beat them. They could potentially... I think Thessalonica is walled. It is, but they could potentially go to Dyrrhachium or Corinthus. In my test game, they went to Corinthus, and they razed it to the ground. So I hope that won't happen here. Let's see what they do. So one little errata... Oh, Scupi. Okay. One little errata from the previous episode was that I was talking about the Palatini units. And should I fight this? Should I really fight this? Oh, let's just see what we do. So the Palatini units, I kind of mentioned, were the same thing as the Comitatenses Praesentales. And that is not entirely true. The Palatini, you could be thought of as a pay grade. They were like extra elite soldiers. And the Palatini were mostly in the Comitatenses Praesentales, but you could be in the Comitatenses Praesentales and not be Palatini, and also you could be Palatini and not be in the Comitates Praesentales. The Praesentales made up about 80% of Palatini, and the regular Comitatenses field armies were about 15% Palatini. So they were just another elite form of unit. What's interesting is in this game, the Palatini are like Germanic, Gothic, and while they certainly were not entirely in real life, it's an interesting thing to say because they were better. The Germanic and Gothic troops were so much stronger than the natural Roman troops that they almost invariably were all Palatini, which spoke to how much more fierce and better trained they were than your typical Roman troops. Okay, we're being attacked from 2 sides here. So I think the best thing to do is to fall back to the city center, because we're on kind of a rise here. And there are only 3 entrances to guard. Since we're heavily outnumbered, I think that's the way to go. We don't have any archers whatsoever. So let's go with... Yeah, that's a good place for barricade. And we'll put our weakest unit on it. And they will kind of focus on the guys coming in here. Actually, can they walk? I bet you they can walk over this. Let's see. Maybe not. Oh, yeah, they can. Okay. So, I guess we could hold there as opposed to here. Because the problem is, if we hold here, they can come in, go around, and flank us. Or we could just go like that, so they can't do that. That's possible. Alright, so we've got that angle covered, this angle covered, so all we need left is this angle. And again, they could potentially come around and flank. So we would need to be... Yeah, this is pretty insecure here. And they could... Not much we could do here where they wouldn't flank us. The barricade's nice, but maybe it'd be better to just... Wait, did I move? Maybe these guys could go here. The Legio could go here. And then we've got all of our bases covered. And why did those guys move back to where they... That's weird. Okay. So I guess that... Wait. Didn't I place the barricade? Okay, I have no idea what's going on right now. And our cavalry, we should hide somewhere so they could attack from the rear at a opportune time. I think we've taken out their siege engines. They don't have any on this end. Alright, so they don't have any siege engines to take out, so we just want to keep them kind of hidden to charge guys in the back when their morale is low. Maybe take out the general. There aren't any forests in the setup area, but we could at least make them unappealing. Let's put them right here. And maybe the enemy troops will just leave them alone. We can move you up a little bit. That's a bit better. Okay. Alright, well, we'll see how that goes.
May God grant us the strength.
So what I wanted to talk about in this episode is the officers of the Eastern Roman Army. Because in the previous episodes we spoke about the troops. So, what are you people doing? Ma'am, you might want to go inside or something, I'm thinking. Just...
We are heavily outnumbered.
Yes, I know we're heavily outnumbered. So, obviously the Emperor was at the top of the heap. He was the leader of the Roman civil and military apparatus. But underneath him, militarily, were three gentlemen called Magister Militum, or Master of Soldiers, which is actually a rank you can give your guys in this game, which is really cool. Where am I going to put you? I just don't know. I'll just stay where you are. Looks like no one's bothering with you anyway. Actually, you're drawing off some troops, which is nice. So, these Magister Militums, there's 5 of them. And they each led a comitatensis unit. 2 of them led the 2 praesentale units, and 3 of them were in the field armies. And they were the field armies of Illyricum, Thrace, and the East, or Orientum, Orientalis. Alright.
Riders forward. The tower is nothing but ash now.
And the Illyricum, that's the northwest now, where like Croatia and Bosnia and all that is now, the Balkans. They were based at Sirmium, which in this game, and in some maps I've seen, belongs to the west. So I'm not sure how that really works, but okay, we're engaged here. Defensive testudo, because it's cavalry. And the Thracian one was based at Marcianopolis, which you've seen on the map here. And finally, in the east, they were based at Antioch. Those were the comitatenses units. Alright. Wow, there's a lot more of these guys than I expected.
The enemy is going for our general. Protect him.
Oh, this is the general. So in addition to those 3 Magister Militums, underneath them there were the people who were in charge of the Limitane. And they reported directly to the Magister Militums. Okay. Oh, we were successful here. That's good. Or the guy just decided to run away. God, this is going to be painful. There's really no one we can snipe with our cavalry. Maybe over here, these bowmen. Just don't run through the city. That would be dumb. And the leaders of the different Limitane units were called Du, or Duces. And they were also referred to as comites. That means border leader, the leader on the border. And they had military authority, but they didn't really have civil authority. There were two special cases, though, however. There were the two guys called Comites Re Militaris, and they were a bit higher ranked than your typical, pikemen. Than your typical Limitane leaders. They reported directly to the Emperor, while the other guys reported this is not working well at all. Fall back. Actually, that was probably stupid. Yep. Every time you try to make an orderly withdrawal, you lose like hundreds of guys. It's ridiculous. And they're already losing morale, and that's the leader's unit. Yep. Well, screw it. The cohorts are holding up really nicely, and they'll be even better when they turn into Legio. The Exploratores are doing okay. These pikemen, there's just no way to stop them unless you have superior numbers. By the way, the Comites Re Militaris means the companion for military affairs. And they're going to break the barricade. Well, so much for that. I think the battle is pretty much lost. At least I could take out some archers, maybe. So if you want to imagine the hierarchy of the Eastern Roman military apparatus, and you don't even have to imagine it, you can go on Wikipedia and see a pretty nice chart explaining it. You got the Emperor on top, underneath him are the 5 Magister Militums and the 1 Comites Re Militaris of Egypt, and the Comites Re Militaris of Isauria, which is an area in southeast Anatolia, Cilicia, where the people there were native-born Romans, but they were very barbaric and hardy versus the typical Romans, so they were really excellent soldiers. And then underneath those 5 people, well, 6 if you count the Egypt guy, there were the different duces of the Limitane. So basically, the only person still standing right here is our cavalry. I love it. And they have 3 units of cavalry chasing us down. Well, fellows, time to die gloriously in battle. Let's give these barbarians what for. Oh, there goes the leader of the unit. You can tell by all the purple. Get him! Nice hat, dude. I like your hat. Come on, guys. Hit him. At close quarters, your swords should be much more effective than their spears. It says they're winning decisively, but why? They must have better armor, I guess, because you would think that a sword would be better than a spear. And boy, am I looking forward to all the comments. They're going to be like, Marcus, you could have completely won this battle with your 4 units had you just placed them here and there and this and that. But I did give, or did I? Better than I got? No, probably not. Well, we took out 300 of them. Hooray. What really broke us was the general's unit, the Limitane border guards, being taken out by those pikemen. But luckily for us, they did not raise it to the ground. So that gives the Emperor some more time. Who are you? Are you the Huns? We're buddies. Ebdanians? Sure, why not? That way I'll keep my alliance, but I'm not going to do anything to help you. They're not going to be any threat to me. Sometimes the West likes to pay me to go after barbarian factions and like assassinate them, and I enjoy doing that. Okay. Oh, great. Consumption. Excellent. Alright, you guys, Huns. We're friends, right? Ooh. We now have our Comitatenses spears. Do I want more ammunition? Or do I want a replacement to the Palatina? I don't even have any Palatina. Oh, right, those are the guys. They mean the Palatina that guards the leaders. Upkeep cost lower, yes. Let's do that. Alright, Huns. What's the deal? Oh, by the way, I have a corny joke for you that only if you're like an American will you get, I think. And that is, what did Attila's wife call him? The answer? Hun. Anyway, I know it was terrible. Please forgive me. Alright, so our value is neutral and improving. I would like us to be positive, so
I have called for good wine to ease your throat.
how would you love a gift? I'm sure you would, wouldn't you? Yes, you would. Yes, you would. Oh, look at you. You're so happy. Now maybe you won't kill us all. How are we doing with the Persians? We are improving our relations, and we are at an honoration pact. Hey, let's try trading. It never works, but we'll see. Well, moderate. Oh, they rejected it. Okay. So maybe we could offer you a little something something. What do we have? 5,000? Maybe 2,000? Still moderate. Nope, still rejected. See, I can never get him to approve trade. I don't know why. But we'll give you a little gift, too. Oh, yeah, you'll accept that. Well, thank you. Alright, well, that's enough diplomacy for right now. How do we get out of here?
Greetings, my
No.
friend.
Okay, can I please close this window somehow? Ah, there we go. There we go. Okay, lovely. So where are our guys here? There's the Emperor.
Ready for battle.
You are down here, and you will stay down here.
We're as swift as the
Let's just kind of
angels.
hop you around.
March. Is that all?
Okay. You are going to give your troops to the Emperor. Are you one of our handlers? That would be lovely if you... No, that's not what I want to do. Flavius. No, you're just... Oh, you are. You are. Okay, good. So you're going to give all your guys to the Emperor,
I would journey to
and then you're just going to hang out in Constantinople.
beginning my journey for Rome.
And you, Emperor, are going to upgrade all of your Limitane to be Comitatenses. And just so you can see the difference, these guys have a melee attack of 26, melee defense of 32, 19, 32. So their defense isn't better, but their attack is better. Better charge bonus, 16 versus 10. Better melee defense. Oh, I'm sorry, damage is the same. Better melee defense, 26 versus 20. But armor is the same. They're a bit healthier, but not by much. 95 versus 92, or 93. And their morale and speed are the same. Still, though, any little bit helps, and I'll take it. Okay.
How can I serve the people
Yeah, you're
of
just
Rome?
hanging out.
Can I serve the people of Rome?
You are going to also come up and try to assist with matters over here. We're earning a pretty good income. Losing that army was a boon for us.
What does Rome require of me?
In fact, as soon as we get rid of some of these troops, I'm going to disband one of these generals as well to save us even more money.
I will journey to the ends of the world for Rome.
Okay, the Parthian Legion is going to stay where it is. But we'll go to Edessa. And back to Amida. It's better to stay in Amida, I find, because Edessa has walls, so it'll at least take them 2 turns to siege it, whereas Amida, they can come in and raise or sack or do whatever they want right away. You. I might disband you. What is your special skill? You're a scholar. That's not bad. But you're costing me too much money. So... there you go. Alright, so that should give us some more money. Now we gotta focus on making some money. And where I like to do that right now is the islands, because they're safe. So, a trade jetty would be interesting. It would lower public order and raise squalor, but it would give me some wealth. 900 wealth. Fishing jetty would give me food and 450 wealth. But we're doing okay in food right now. Definitely don't want a military jetty. 2,800. That'll be pretty much everything we have. Or we could build a new building, which might be good for cleanliness. As you can see, the sanitation's pretty bad. Let's do that instead. So, or should I do... well, this could be changed to a religious building at some point, or we could build one later. So let's go with the waterworks, which will improve sanitation. Meanwhile, Emperor, do you want to recruit a unit? Can you afford to? We need more. Well, we can't. The problem with cohors is they take too long to make. So this is going to be a heavily spear-focused army simply because they're fast to levy.
You there! Get to work!
Alright. Sounds like a plan. Alright, so next episode we will end this turn and go after the Visigoths. And we'll talk more about the Eastern Roman military officer leadership structure. So, once again, I'm Marcus Aurelius. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.